So, I'm in Switzerland. And this is the most developed country in the world. And you may be asking yourself, why am I making this statement? Who am I to say this? Out of all the countries in the world, some say there is 195. Why is Switzerland the most developed out of the 195 countries that exist? What makes it so special? Or you may say, is it the amazing waterfalls and views that make this country so developed? But in reality, it is three things: money, education, and health. So the thing is that in my first year of university, I had an American economics teacher who was obsessed with this ranking made by the United Nations called the Human Development Index. You may be asking yourself, what is that? That is the ranking that the United Nations uses to see how developed the country is. And Switzerland is ranked first. And the three things that they measure in order to see how developed a country is are three things, which are the school life expectancy, and real GDP per capita. And in this, Switzerland dominates, but dominates. It's like Germany against Brazil in the World Cup, like a 7-1. It is like that sort of domination. After that course that I had with my American professor, I started finding very interesting those comparison points between very developed countries like Switzerland, but most of them are Nordic countries. Most of them are the 4 Nordic countries. So Norway is top 2, Iceland is top 3, Denmark, if I'm not sure, I think it's top 5, and Sweden is top 7. So out of the top 7 most developed countries in the world, 4 are Nordic countries. And 2 out of the top 3 are Nordic countries. And and this is another very interesting thing. The 3 most developed countries in the world are all in Europe. And none of them are part of the European Union. They have very high minimum salaries. Like Switzerland, which has a very, very high minimum salary, minimum wage. And the same you can see it all over the world. For example, in Latin America, the country with the most, with the highest minimum salary, it's Costa Rica, and it's as well one of the most developed countries in all of Latin America. Which makes total sense, because at the end of the day, if what we measure to see if a country is developed, which is education, money, and health, well, money is a very important thing. I have been coming to this forest to hike for quite a bit of time. I have seen that tent every single day and there's no one there, never. But who cares? There's some other very interesting things that come with Switzerland. For example, we've been staying in Zurich for some days, and we were staying with some people who live there, so who are from Zurich. And we were commenting, well, I was commenting to them like, wow, this is the biggest city in the country and there is no homeless people. And they say, yeah, of course, because being homeless is illegal. And coming from a country that has quite a bit of homeless people, that was, how can that even be? A country where being homeless is illegal. So they don't have a real status of like homeless person. So that is quite, that was interesting to hear. As well, there are some other very famous shops where there is no one serving you, so it's usually farmer shops, so they sell their products. It can be cheese, milk, whatever, and they have like a thing where people put the money and they have all the products, and they just like, there is no one watching if you're gonna rob it or not. Which, if you do that in London, I think all the products will be gone quite rapidly, and the money will be probably gone as well, but not in the right sense. They will probably steal the money and the products. And here in Switzerland, they just like those sort of things, they make no sense. It's not that they don't make sense, because they do make sense. The thing is that knowing that if that will be implemented in my country, that would never have a good ending. So in this video I got to explain you what makes a developed country, what are the measurements that they use, and I got to experience with my own eyes what the most developed country in the world looks like. And even though I knew it was the best, it still surprised me. God, this doesn't look real. And we're in June. Oh, no. Ah, la, la. So thank you a lot for watching this video, and see you on the next one, which will be a vlog in Zurich. Bye! And we have snow like this in Switzerland.